Hello, this is Manish Patel with EII Capital Group. Today is August 9, 2010. We're going to do a special video this week on commodity futures, and you can see why. A lot of them have been pretty much trending on the bullish side. Commodity futures have been making pretty big moves in the last couple of weeks, so we want to go through and analyze them and see what they look like on Ichimoku so everyone can learn from them. If you look here, this is basically a disclaimer saying this is for educational purpose only. This is all the charts are in Thinkorswim today, and sometimes we do use TradeStation too. Here are my contact details. You could go to eiicapital.com for any information that you want to see. So I'm going to quickly go through some commodity futures today. Let's start with wheat. If you look at wheat, this is a really good example of Ichimoku breakout. If you look here, this was a double bottom that formed, and then look what happened. As soon as it broke the cloud, this thing took off. So if you're an Ichimoku trader, this was a great opportunity if you found it and was watching it. Pretty much a breakout right here at 496, and pretty much if you look, it never penetrated the Tinkinson until a couple of days ago. If you look at the weekly time frame, weekly confirmed that too. So there was over here. If you look at the price level here, this was pretty much here at 558. So if you could wait for 558, and if you go to daily, you could look there, and that was a level here that it did get to pretty much after it broke out of the cloud. So pretty much there was two levels that you had an opportunity to get in. One was at 495 and the other one was at 558, and pretty much ride the wheat. If you're looking at it now, you have to wait for a pullback. This is dangerous to sit there and get in right now. So you have to follow your trading system to pretty much wait for a pullback to occur. A minor one has started occurring. A reason why, if you look at the weekly time frame, the Tinkinson is slowly pointing up now, trying to capture the huge price movement that moved. But it's nowhere near a pullback that we want to get in if you're just not getting into the trade. If you had got in earlier, you have enough profits to pretty much do anything you want right now. Let's go look at some others. Let's go look at soybean, and if you go look at the weekly time frame, pretty much it's been consolidating in a little range, and it's now in the cloud. So if you're trading off the weekly, it doesn't look good because it's in the cloud. But if you're been trading off a daily, there's a possibility of pretty much entering right about here, and then you could have sat there, got it to this level here, take some positions off, and then ride it out so far right now to the next level, which you're pretty much going to get. Well, you had one level here and then another level here. So these are levels for soybean, and you could see that we're slowly being progressing up, and it looks good on the bullish side. So this is another trade. If you're watching this with Ichimoku, you could have got in and traded this one. The other trade that I pretty much been watching and looking at and love this trade is the oats. If you could look at oats, pretty much it broke out of the cloud here. This is a level here, came back, changed that resistance and support, and then took off. And now the level that it's trying to get to is 322. So if you look at your daily time frame here, you could see the levels here, and they look really good. This thing basically popped out of the cloud and pretty much has been going on a tear since then. It popped out of the cloud, pretty much pulled back. That was an opportunity to buy right in here, and then it's taking off. Right now, you have to wait for a pullback before you could continue. If you did miss it, you could have pretty much got into another breakout level here, made some money, depending on your trading plan, and go forward from there. Let's go look at some other futures. We looked at that. Let's go look at let's see if we have 10-year treasury bonds. If you look at 10-year treasury bonds, let's go look at the weekly time frame. It broke out of the cloud too, and you could see that as soon as it broke out of the cloud, came right back to the Tinkinson, came there, and is now pretty much going on a tear, and it looks like it wants to go retest the highs over here at this level, up here and up here. So if we draw the different levels, we're pretty much at a major resistance level right now, so it could possibly stop, pull back some, and then got to see exactly what happens on the pullback level. If you look at the daily time frame, this has been looking really nice. I had a little hiccup in here, But after that, pretty much this thing has taken off very nicely. And if you notice, this trend has done really well because it went up, pull back, went up, pull back, went up, pull back. You really love these trends because if you study Elliott wave theory, this is basically a 1 to 2 right there, and 2 to 3 is now occurring, and then you're going to have your 3 to 4 where it's going to, and then the 4 to 5 where it possibly can retest the high, and then you enter your ABC patterns. Okay. Let's go look at corn. Corn basically did break out too, got to its high level here and having a hard time trying to penetrate its high level here on a daily time frame. Let's go look at the weekly, and you could see that weekly is now really nice. The only negative thing that you have is that the Shikao is in the Kumo cloud, and that possibly will sit there and stop this bullish trend from continuing on to this next level here at 454. However, you got to wait to see what happens. The reason why it's got to pull back where the Tinkinson has to meet up with price on the weekly, and then it can continue. So we're waiting for a pullback to occur. The pullback may sit there and change the trend. We just don't know, but time will tell. Let's go look at gold. Everyone loves gold. We've been tweeting on gold, so you know exactly where we stand at gold. If you look at the, let's go look at the weekly time frame. Pretty much, we were betting on it going down. We got to the 1155 level that we wanted to, which was pretty much at the Tinkinson, and then we were playing a pullback up, a trend continuation, least to the Tinkinson, which it did get to about 1211. Now the key level is to see exactly what happens at this level. So you want to see exactly what it's going to do around about 1220, and then at the levels here. But my guess is that this thing's going to sit there and go bearish, break through the Kijun-sen and get close to this top of the cloud, if not at the cloud, and then bounce off that, and then pretty much start moving September 1st. September 1st is typically another huge seasonal pattern for gold to take off. So definitely would look for it to retest back here, maybe form a double bottom or try to get to the bottom of the cloud before it starts taking off. Watch for that really closely. If you look at the daily time frame, we're pretty much below the cloud. So you know, by September 1st, I think everything will be set up so this thing will go. So if you look here, there's a possibility of it coming all the way down here to about 1190, and then at that point it probably will sit there and make a move to go up, break through the cloud, possibly around this area right here, around August 24th, getting ready to try to make a move through the thin part of the cloud. That is it for this week. If you have any questions, please contact us on the eiicapital.com. Have a good week trading.